The wrong house? I thought I was in the house of ATLien. Thought I had opened the wrong door. Oh my goodness. Yeah, shout out to all the aliens. Shout out to all of the aliens. Look, hopefully my voice is matching my lips, are matching my voice, are matching my lips, are matching. Because I've been spending a whole lot of time trying to get my shit together. I've been spending a whole lot of time trying to get my voice to match my lips, to match my voice. So hopefully it's working this time. I don't know how long it's going to be working. But, you know, it was working when I've been testing it. I don't know. I just be like, look, I'm trying. Look, I'm trying. I can't be a blog goddess and a master of all trades. So, hey, James Hudson. Hey, what's up? Goodbye. Thank you for stopping in. You can watch the replay, honey. It's all good. This is for women only. We being discriminatory. I'm being discriminatory. This is for all the girls. For all the girls. Come on in. Come on in, ladies. Ladies, ladies. Come on in. We need to talk. Hey, Kendra just skipped in and said, God is a woman. He's a woman. God is a woman. She's a woman. Look, so, yeah, I know it's been a whole lot of drama on these YouTube streets. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing. My name West. I ain't in that mess. I'm tired of talking about big old bullies and all this. This is a women's conversation, okay? This between A and B, and if it doesn't apply to you, you can see your way out, okay? We're going to be talking about feminine reproductive issues, okay? And if you can't relate, I would suggest that you go ahead, get some time to go ahead and scooch on out the door. Scooch. A lot of y'all men, y'all don't want to hear about this. Y'all don't want to hear about periods and maxi pads and tampons and fibroids and endometriosis and polycystic ovarian syndrome and ovarian cancer and breast lumps and all the things, all of us women go through, okay? I'm just here to talk about it because, I've been going through some changes. My Patreon people know I've been going through some changes, child. Woo! I'm about to have a procedure. We was talking about fibroids. We talked about that when we talked about Maxi Pad Gate. When we talked about Maxi Pad Gate, I said I was offended. I'm offended at anybody who gets offended at a big old Maxi Pad. Because, child, I got big old Maxi Pads in the center console of the Porsche. There's big old Maxi Pads in my purse. There's big old Maxi Pads in the bathroom. Like, at the end of the day, you may not, it might be a big old Maxi Pad right here in my Chanel bag. You never know where you may find a big old Maxi Pad. You never know when you may need a big old Maxi Pad, especially when you're a woman. Okay? Because, us women, we use things like that. We use, some people use them once a month. Some people use them every day of the month. Depends, because polycystic ovarian syndrome and endometriosis and those type of things, they will make you bleed all day, all night, for weeks at a time. It's not just every 28 days, for all of you people who are not women, you need to get to know some women so you will know that sometimes, we bleed a whole lot. We experience a whole lot because, we get iron deficiencies. This ain't got nothing to do with having children, because some people seem to equate having children with being a woman. No. We have the ability to bear children. But even if we don't bear children, those processes that will allow us to bear children if we so wish, sometimes, we have to deal with things. And so, I'm just here to, talk about, me personally. I deal with fibroids. I've been dealing with fibroids for how many years? I want to say 10, maybe longer than 10. But the stats are, for those of you who don't know the stats, at least 80% of all women, this is for women only, 80% of all women have fibroids. So even if you don't have symptoms of fibroids, which include excessive bleeding, excessive cramps, all of that, using big old maxi pads, all of that type of thing, even if you don't experience that sort of thing, you may already, you probably have some fibroids. A lot of us, a lot of women are asymptomatic, which means they have no symptoms. But a lot of African American women in particular have a lot of symptoms associated with fibroids that include excessive bleeding, you're anemic, the cramping, you gotta take days off work because you don't want to go to work and bleed all over the chairs and stuff, child. It's just, man, when I tell you, and I'm just talking to the women, I already warned y'all, this for women only. Put your ones in the room if you can relate. I'm just saying, sometimes, it's just like, look, you don't even want to go out the house because, look, I don't even want them problems. I don't even want them problems. It ain't got nothing to do with being messy. It ain't got nothing to do with being dirty. It ain't nothing to do with being nasty. At the end of the day, I can take care of me while I'm in the safety and comforts of my own home with my big old maxi pad. I'm just saying. Hey, C. Patterson, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Hey, Andrea. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things, that, only us women can relate to. And I'm just here to talk about me, myself, and the women in the room. So, I'm talking about fibroids, child. I've been dealing with fibroids for years, so many years, I cannot count. My first episode with fibroids, I had a real job working at the Georgia Lottery. I think I gave y'all that story a long time ago. I was super secretary. I was an executive assistant over at the Georgia Lottery in the sales and marketing corporation. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I felt like I ran the company. I go in, I'm a little suits. That's when I first got my little taste of expensive purses and all of that. So I go in my little suits and my little expensive pumps and all that. Then the period week, like, child, I gotta call in to work. I ain't going to work today because I ain't trying to mess up no suits. I ain't trying to do it. I'm cramping. I ain't got time for it. And my cramps would be so bad that I would be like literally like sweating, and the pain would go up the back of my leg and up my back, and it would be, oh my God. It was the worst pain ever. You talk about the pain of childbirth. I thought I was having a child. I guess I was having a fibroid, because fibroids, are these benign tumors that attach to the walls of your uterus that suck your blood supply. So in addition to the blood that you normally shed once a month, you're also shedding the blood of these damn fibroids that are literally sucking the blood out of you. So I'm just like, it was just so crazy. So I was like, I gotta do something. What am I gonna do? I can't live my life like this. I can't waste a week out of the month dealing with my cycle. So what did I do? I went to OBGYN, talked to my OBGYN. What can I do? I got these fibroids. We did everything we could. She saw them on the ultrasound. She saw them on the MRI. She's like, okay, you got a whole bunch of them. They about the size of little golf balls, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Saray, I was just getting to that. And I know my story, I'm a little long-winded. But yes, I have them removed. I had what was called a myomectomy. A myomectomy is when they cut you open. They cut my bikini line. They take out, now they're probably different procedures, but this is 10 years ago. They take out your womb. They take out all the little fibroids. They sew your womb back up, put it back in, and then sew you back up along your bikini line. So, after that, I'm just living fancy free. Yes, Lord Jesus, thank you. Hallelujah. My fibroids are gone. I live. I don't have to worry about all the excessive bleeding no more. I ain't got to worry about the cramps no more. I don't have to worry about a damn thing. Yes. I don't have to have 3 days on my cycle instead of 7. Yes, it's wonderful. Here we are. That was in 2008. Here we are in 2019. Actually, I found out in 2018. Mr. Fibroid left. I'm going to say Miss Fibroid. I don't know. That Fibroid might have been a man because he was a little horrible. But anyway, the Fibroid left, but then the Fibroid came back. And the Fibroid came back bigger and worse. And more, I don't know if it was the stress. I don't know if it was what I ate. I don't know what the hell it was, but it came back, and it came back with a vengeance. I'm like, dang, what is going on? Why is my stomach so big? Why am I cramping? I'm on a diet, but my stomach is big. I know I ain't pregnant because don't nobody want me. I ain't been having sex. What is going on? I go back, and then I found out I had a fibroid that was like this big, like the size of like a 5-month pregnancy. I'm like, where the hell that come from? And how it get so big? I didn't know about it. So long story short, it's been causing me so much stress over the past. Well, I was already stressed. That's a whole, this whole year, y'all know I've been stressed. So then here we go. I found out I got the fibroid. So then it's like, well, what I got to do? I want to do a myomectomy, another one? Do I want to go a different route? Do I want to go the holistic route? What do I need to do? And I'm like, well, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to do the holistic stuff. I ain't got time to wait 2 years to eat and drink and do stuff that might shrink, it might not. I don't know. I want to get it out. So I go to the doctor. I'm like, I'm going to have a surgery. I want to get it out. The doctor tells me, okay, it's so big. Like, I can't do what I did last time, because they was like little or whatever. Where it is right here. Where it is like, I have to cut you this way. And that way. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't want to be cut this way and that way. Why you can't just cut that way and then go up and then like, this is really the conversation we was having. So she was like, well, no, I can't, because where it is, it's pedunculated. If you Google pedunculated, that would tell you what pedunculated means. That means it's hanging by a stalk on the uterus, but it's kind of like outside the uterus. So it's like right there, like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like right there. I'm like, well, child, what y'all can't just get it? Like, y'all just can't get it? Like, god dang, why you can't just get it? But anyway, she was like, I understand your concerns. I know you don't want to go through this again. I know you don't want a hysterectomy. I know you don't want to blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of times, and this is what happened when I talked to the second doctor. I've been about 3, 4, 5 doctors. A lot of times, the first recourse when it comes to women is, we gonna take your uterus. We gonna take it. Cause that, look, let's just eliminate the problem. Let's just take it on out. And so what had happened was, she was like, when they get in, because it's so big and because it's attached and because there's, they don't know until they get in, like how it's attached or if it has several different blood sources and all of that. You might have to have a blood transfusion. Like, it's just blood. That's all I keep hearing is blood. I'm like, Lord, blood? What the hell? So she was saying that, once they get in, they may have to do a hysterectomy. She won't know until she gets in and, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, let me go talk to somebody else. She gave me a reference to a radiologist. Shout out to Dr. Newsom at Emory. So I go to Dr. Newsom, we talking, whatever, black lady from the Bahamas, I believe. She's very, very, astute and she knows what she's doing. And, she gave me the rundown on UFE, which is the uterine fibroid immobilization. Did I say that right? Uterine fibroid immobilization. That's where they go in laparoscopically and they insert these little pellet thingamajiggets that cut off the blood flow. And I guess over time, months time, it like atrophies and shrinks, and then the bleeding stops and the symptoms stops and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, that sounds good. And she was telling me the stories about how, a lot of African American women go through it. And a lot of times when they have UFE, they don't even come back for, the myomectomy or the hysterectomy or whatever else because, the symptoms stop and it shrinks. But, because it was so big, my OBGYN was like, it may not shrink a whole lot. But even if it shrinks 50%, she would be able to do the bikini cut instead of cut like this and cut like this. So that's where I am, and that's what I got. Like, I'm just like, Lord have mercy. You said you have to do the treatment every 5 years. Is that what it is, Avalon Park? Well, look, okay. Whatever happens. I'm doing the treatment this week. Okay, that's all I know. I'm doing it this week. I got to go in the hospital. I got to spend the night in the hospital. And then, you know, they say I'll come home. And so, you know, whatever. So, you know, I just want to talk to the women about this. The women, you said the mobilization. Anita, thank you for correcting me. I don't know what I said. But I just want to talk to the women about this because only the women can relate. You know, I'm sure there's some men out there with some women who can relate because y'all know we'll bleed all over y'all. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But, you know, no, I didn't talk to no TV doctors. I did not, you know, shout out to Dr. Jackie, but I did not talk to Dr. Jackie. I talked to Dr. Newsom, Dr. Camille Davis Williams, like, you know, Emory Healthcare. Shout out to all the people at Emory Healthcare. But, yes, you guys, I would love to hear. You said, I know you are in some pain. I stay overnight in the hospital. Okay, that's what I was told. I would have one night in the hospital. So will this help me with those issues, Michelle? How much time do you usually recover? They said about a week, you know, if not, you know, they said you'll have a week of pain, maybe, you know, some severe cramping at best, but it can't be no worse than the cramping that I already go through. So I'm just ready to get it done and to be over. What are they talking about? I did a bikini cut for your surgery, ATLien, but my first surgery was a bikini cut. This would be the second time. This time because of where it is and it's outside the uterus and it's above, you know, where it's located. She said she would have to go down and across. So there you have it. But anyway, I would love, look, I didn't have no topic in mind. I just want to talk about women's issues since, you know, everybody been focused on so many other issues. I just want to talk about women's issues. Also, shout out to VS Conscious. I did a little brief interview with VS Conscious yesterday. So if y'all wanted to hear my take on all the other drama that's been going around that my name been in, go over to VS Conscious TV. I did a whole hour. I spilled my guts and told her how I felt and why I was taking a break. Y'all know I had to take a few days off. I wasn't going to come on live tonight. But Zills, Pray for the Wolves, was like, go live. I'm like, if I go live, it's for the women. And he like, I'm coming in there. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be, you can come in there, but I'm talking to the women's, okay? But yeah, you know, shout out to the men in the room, to the men who stay. I appreciate you, you know, sticking by. I understand, you know, y'all don't care about some of this stuff, but the women understand. You said you won't be going over. Oh, stop it. Be nice. Probably the increase in GMO foods and chemicals we're exposed to as a society. Yes, I would, maybe, Noir King. I would think. I mean, I want to say my eating may have been worse. Yeah, my eating was worse. I was stressed. I was stressed to the max. I told you over this year, you know, I was going through the renovation of the house that I was trying to sell, and I was stressed out because I felt like I was bleeding money. I was like throwing good money out the bad, different contractor until, you know, my ex-boss kind of took it over. Shout out to Sydney. Hey, Sydney, if you're watching. So he helped me with that finally, and I finally got it done and finally got the house sold. So it was a lot. I went through a lot. And, you know, as a woman, I'm a single woman. You know, everybody can, she ain't got no man. I don't have a husband, but I got a lot of men around, okay? I don't have a husband. But as a single woman, you know, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. We try to handle everything. And sometimes it's okay to take help from people. And that's just from me to you. That's from me to you. You single women out there. Sometimes it's okay. It's okay to take help from people. I was trying, man, when I tell you, I was calling everybody, can you do this? Can you do that? How much this cost? What that do? And they saw dollar signs. As soon as they saw me, they saw the phone number. They was like, oh, she don't know nothing. Let me charge her $500,000 to paint this house. Like, what the hell? $500,000? You sure? Yes, because you need a special kind of pay. Like, they just saw me coming, child. I'm just sitting there like, okay, here go a check. But anyway, let me go ahead and put this number in there. But I learned a whole lot this year. I really did. Over the past 12 months, not just 2019, but over the past 12 months, when I tell you, child, This brain right here, the stuff that's in it, y'all can't take me. Y'all can't take me, honey. And people be mad because they don't know. And because I don't, thing is, real G's move in silence like lasagna. You know what I'm saying? Real G's, we keep it on the low. And so a lot of people be trying to figure me out. Like, you just doing stuff for clicks and views. You just trying to make money online. You don't know what I do. You don't know what I do. Like, what are you saying? Is this all I do? Is this all you think I'm worth? Is just a click and a view? Oh, silly children. How dare you? How dare you pin me in a box? I am a woman. Hear me roar. Anyway, phone number 718-362-6360, pin number 942-7819. I would love to hear from you women and some of you men. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I don't care. I'm game. Just call in. I just want to hear from y'all because I haven't heard from y'all in 2 whole days. What's up, lovely soul? Hey, Spirit. You said I sound so bouvier. No, because it's kind of offensive. It's like people judge you by your social media or whatever. They're like, oh, she ain't posting online. She ain't doing nothing. Oh, you silly rabbits. So I just be laughing. I like to keep people guessing, honey. I love to keep people guessing. Hey, Shanice Franklin. Can you just repeat what you said in the interview over there? No, Zills, I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not. I'm just done with it. I'm done with the bullying and the harassment. I'm done with giving my platform over to that bully. I'm just done. Caller 64. Hold on, caller. I'm sorry. Let me. And then there's clout chasers on top of clout chasers. I'm just done. I see it I see them for their works. Caller 6418. Hello.
Hey, Missy, how you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Who am
I had, this is Avalon Park.
Oh, hey, Avalon Park.
How you doing?
Good. Which one? You said, which procedure did you have?
I had the hysterectomy.
Okay. You had it recently or you had it a long time ago?
Oh, no, I had it 17 years ago.
Okay. Because somebody was telling me, like, now the technology, they don't even have to cut you that much. And they go in, they dip it all up, and then they take out. And I was just like, what? It sounds crazy to me. But they was like...
Well, the one I had was called super cervical hysterectomy.
Uh-huh.
Where they left your ovaries, left your cervix, and they left your ovaries, just take the uterus out, and that's it.
Uh-huh. So how you feel afterwards? What did you have fibroids? Is that why you did it?
Yeah, I had, because one time I went to the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, my period was on, right? My fibroids was so bad that when I went to the bathroom, I sat on the toilet, the blood clots come out of me like liver, like piece of liver would come out of me, just fall on the floor. And when I saw it was like a big chunk, like plunk. I looked down, it was a big old, like a piece of liver on the floor. And I had to go take all the doctors, a couple, 3 or 4 doctors that want to give me a hysterectomy because I wasn't married, I didn't have any children.
Uh-huh.
So one doctor finally decided. I went to 4 doctors, and one doctor, he said, I will give it to you, but I need you to sign a waiver that you not sue me later because, it's the sterilization.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care because I was in so much pain and my body was going through so many different changes. I didn't even care at that moment.
Wow.
Because I had to have them done to my body because my fibroids, the doctor looked into me, my uterus, they were like medium, like 20, 30, 50, medium, like grape size, like grape, all inside my uterus. And he said, I see like 50, like 30 to 50 grapes, like medium-sized grapes inside your uterus.
Wow.
So that's how bad mine was.
I know a lot of people who did them. I know a lot of people who did them like over 20 years ago, always said that they wish that they hadn't. You know what I'm saying? They always be like, oh, I wish that I had other alternatives. Somebody said,
No, I'm
how
glad
old
I
were
did
you?
mine. I'm glad I did mine. I'm glad.
How old were you at the time when you had the
Uh,
hysterectomy?
I was 30,
Okay. Hmm.
and I
Okay.
had no children,
Uh-huh.
and I had no husband. And because back in the day, back in the day when our mother was having problems, they could have a history without their husband signing. Remember back in the day,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
woman cannot have history unless her husband signs. You
Wow.
know.
Wow.
So we sure you have time to do it for us. We live in the period we live in. We have to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But yeah. But I'm glad I had it. Like I said, no period for 17 years. No period.
Uh-huh.
I kept my ovaries. I kept my cervix. I wanted to keep my cervix because I didn't want my vagina to fall.
Uh-huh.
Because they said a woman gets a certain age, their vagina can fall. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want mine to fall, so that's why I kept my cervix so you keep the vagina up. I still have a vagina. I still have a whole vagina.
Okay. It can
So,
fall.
that's the thing.
I'm like, where's it
After
gonna
a certain age,
go?
women's vaginas fall.
I didn't
Huh?
know that. I'm like, where's it gonna go?
Yes. At a certain age, women's vaginas do fall.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, all women have, a certain amount of women that does do that. And I was afraid of that. That's why I told the doctor I want to keep that. So mine's like a crop, inside my body looks like a broccoli crop. The top is still there. I mean, the bottom is still there, the uterus, but all of it, the rest of the uterus is gone.
The middle, yeah. Okay, I understand.
The whole there's like a crop, like a broccoli crop, like a top of a broccoli. That's what I use, like a broccoli.
Okay.
And all is gone, just with that bottom part, and that's it.
Okay. Ooh,
It's called supercervical
how have
hysterectomy.
you been feeling fine since? How you been feeling since then?
I feel nothing. Sexually, nothing. Everything's the same. Everything. That's what people think that old, since black people have these old wives' tales, nothing changes. Your first of all, your ovaries control your sexuality. Your mind controls your sexuality. It has nothing to do with sexuality. Because your ovaries and your mind control your sexuality. Nothing else controls. So the ovaries, I still have my ovaries, I still have my cervix. So that's it. And sexually, nothing's different from me. Sexually, nothing. Okay. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Well,
you done taught me a little bit.
So, yeah, but see, I just want women to know that most women are afraid to have hysterectomy because they're afraid of their sexuality, but your sexuality does not change with the hysterectomy. You still have sexual desire. You know what I'm saying? Especially you keep your ovaries. If you want to have, let me tell you something. You have fibroids in your ovaries, and you have the option between taking them out, because fibroids in ovaries can cause cancer. So take your ovaries out if the doctor prescribes. If the doctor said that's the problem. Because you don't want to have cancer on your ovaries. That's because ovaries on the cancer ovaries is one of the cancers that's hard to detect. So if the doctor finds it, then you're gonna take it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I kept mine and I kept my cervix. It's just my uterus is gone. That's it.
I guess my thing was I just didn't want to have a surgery. In my mind, I'm like, I got too much to do. Like, I remember having a myomectomy, and I remember, like, it was hard to walk. It was like having a C-section. You know what I mean? Like, it was hard to stand straight up for a while.
Think about this, Michelle. So for women out there who have pregnancies, who have C-sections, it's like when you have a hysterectomy, the kind I had, it's like having a C-section. It's like having a baby without really having a baby.
No, I get it. That's why I was like, I didn't want to go through an operation. Not right now. I'm like, I got stuff to do. I got to go to Essence.
Yeah.
I've been planning in my head.
You know what? Michelle, I was out for a whole month. I had a whole month. I was out for a whole month. Because it's like having a baby without having a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your uterus is being taken out. It's like a baby was really there in your stomach.
Yeah.
It's like they're taking uterus out. Like a baby was there.
Okay.
But see, I didn't have to have a pregnancy. I just had the uterus taken out, so I healed quicker. Plus, I had the dissolving stitches. I recommend anybody, you're going to get surgery like that, have dissolving stitches.
What you call dissolving stitches?
Yes.
Okay.
they dissolve into your skin.
Okay. Well, thank you for your.
And I had a bikini cut. I had a bikini cut. They didn't do that. They had a bikini cut, but you said they couldn't do that with you because the position of
No, I had the bikini cut the first time. This time they couldn't do a bikini cut because of where the fibroid is. But yeah, and that was another reason why I was like, I don't want no cut down my stomach. But anyway,
but see, Michelle, I want to tell you, I'm going to keep you longer, but I want to tell you, I had 3 options. They said we use the medication to shrink them, which I did not want because the medication can change your attitude. You be evil, Bitch. I don't want that. The medication make you evil. You can have the laser where they can chop them off. The laser they can chop them off, but they come back. Doctor, they come back every 5 years. It's no good. They will come back every 5 years. He said, if you want to, you can do it. You know, because he tried to give me different options instead of having a hysterectomy. Because no doctor wants to give a single one without no children a hysterectomy. No doctor wants to do that, okay?
Yeah.
But he said, well, you can have the hysterectomy. And he said it's called supracervical. Your uterus is still there. Your cervix is still there. Just the uterus I'm taking out. I'm taking out the uterus. I said, okay, I'll do that. Okay. And that was 17 years ago. I do not regret it.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your experience.
No maxi pads, no nothing like that. I don't regret it at all.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I appreciate your input because you didn't tell
me
a
baby.
lot. Thank you.
Just education to women because lots of women they have these false understandings about their sexuality and stuff. I had no problem having sex. I had no problem doing sex. Nothing like that. Okay. I just all depends what kind of history. There's different types of hysterectomy. Women don't know there's different types.
Yeah.
You know, my mother had to have hysterectomy. She had to have one. Yeah. I didn't have to have I had the whole uterus taken out. So it's different types. You have to talk to your doctor and learn the different types of hysterectomy. All hysterectomy is not the same.
Yep. Definitely talk to your doctor and definitely get more than one opinion. That's what I'm thinking. Like, don't take your first doctor as the gospel. Talk to about 3, 4, 5.
But I want to say, if your uterus is being affected, then if your ovaries are being affected, to prevent ovary cancer, take ovaries out. I don't have mine taken out, but if your ovaries, the doctor finds some tumors on your ovaries, then take them out. You know, I just want to recommend that because ovary cancer is something that it's hard to take in women in the first place. Ovary cancer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he does find something. He does think this is malignant, then take it out. Okay. You know, but he says not malignant, then don't take it out. You don't have to.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. All right.
Yes, ma'am. I hope you feel better. I hope you get better, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay. Bye-bye, honey. Bye-bye.
Oh, look at y'all up here talking about babies in the chat. Look at y'all talking about babies. I got Biggie. Caller 8350. Caller 8359. Hello.
Yeah, what's going on, Michelle?
Hi. Oh, we got a men's in the room.
Hey, this is Noir King. How are you?
What's up, Noir? Long time no hear.
I know, I've been busy. But look, I wanted to call and actually offer my support from my side of the fence of black men because I was the first man born into a family of women, from my generation at least. And I can only understand it from a male point of view as much as I can understand it without it being physically, because of course I can't feel that and know what it truly is to be like that. But I wanted to say that I really understand that from an emotional standpoint and what you guys have to go through because my mother, I know for a fact that she had her hysterectomy. My cousin, which is my first cousin, me and her are like best friends, and I would literally do anything for her. Whenever she wanted me to go out and get those big pads and all of that stuff that her husband wouldn't even do, I went and got that for her because, I tried to be as much help as I possibly could towards the women in my family that have gone through stuff like that. Anything from breast cancer to fibroids and anything like that. I just tried my best to understand it because me growing up in a house full of women, I never did. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I only understand it as much as, I can try to understand it. So I only call it to say that, sometimes when I hear people say, well, guys, you don't know, for me, I can only speak for myself and say that I try to understand as much as I physically and possibly can.
Yeah.
And all I can do from my side of the fence is know that I can be there for support for my women in my family and for my sisters. That's all I can say about that.
And that's all we ask.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's why I said, I support y'all to just so y'all won't say black men don't understand what some of us do. Not just I understand. I'm not out here in the way trying to pretend like I'm woman trying to understand what it's like to be y'all. So for those of us that do walk in our true manhood, that understand what the power in being a man and being supportive to our women, that's what I try to exemplify and try to pass down to the new generation of men. So I just want to say I'm here for y'all. I support y'all. We love y'all. We know that the shit that y'all go through. So, you got my support. That's all I want to say.
Yes, Noir King, salute to you, and I appreciate you so very much. We praise men like you. We appreciate you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you, Noir.
All right, have a good night.
All right, you too. What y'all talking about? Hey y'all. Hold on, we got Anonymous on the line. I'm scared to answer. Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat first. 3 of your aunts had hysterectomies and they said they had to use KY jelly. What? Wait a minute. I don't want that. You don't have ovaries. Okay, just lovely. Okay. I don't know what that means. Y'all need to call and share. I need to know what some of this stuff, like how does it affect you? Hello, Anonymous, you on the line.
Hi, I'm so glad you took my call, Michelle.
I was going to take it. It's just, I just be like, here we go.
Oh, no, it's not like that. And I just want to say how much I really appreciate you. I'm always stopping by and just wanting to listen to you. I really appreciate all the important information that you give. And I'm a first-time caller, so I felt it was really important to call because I had a similar procedure as ATLien in 2000, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. It's like I made myself suffer for years, bleeding like 21 days out of the month, and like ATLien described, I had clots of blood. I was sick. I had no energy. I could barely work, It was just the grace of God that got me through, each and every day. And I had sympathetic bosses. But when I made that decision, it was kind of scary. I had one child and had wanted to have another child, and it just seemed that it was going to be all, null and void. And back then, they didn't have some of the procedures that they have today that you're having. But there were clinical trials out, and I really encourage our African-American women to participate in these trials because then we find more discoveries,
right?
So that we can treat this because this really is a prevalent Black woman's issue.
Yes.
Fibroids are prevalent. They don't know if it's genetic. The science is still out. They really can't pinpoint. I had a great doctor, and I got 2 opinions. I think it's important to always get that first, second, and third, if possible, opinion on before making, a final decision. It seems that your uterus will still be intact, but I had to make a decision to have mine taken out. And I didn't even want my ovaries, because you feel like you're going to be less of a woman, when you have things removed from your body. So I remember laying on that bed, and when they said, well, and they're going through all of the information, you'll never be able to have children. And I didn't really want children because I was over 40, but it was just the mere thought. Oh, my God. And I just bawled on the bed that I wasn't going to have any children. But I made it through. I went out. My friend was a doctor, and she had this done. And she took me out for breakfast, met me early in the morning, and said, listen, I'll tell you, she encouraged me so much. So I think once you have this and other women are going through this and it, just encourage them, in their decision making, that it's going to be okay, because I feel so much better today after a few years, I'll say, of recovering. I felt a lot better. Yeah. However, I don't know what your recovery is going to be like because you're not having your uterus removed. My ovaries were okay. My doctor and I had talked about it. If she saw anything and felt that they should be taken out, I felt comfortable. Most of my docs are females. I don't know. I just have an eye doctor, a dentist. Everybody's a female.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I felt more comfortable. Being a black woman, I wanted to have, female doctors that would understand.
And I got black female doctors. So I'm like, I want a black female doctor. And then I got a black female radiologist. And I got so, yes, definitely. And
you go, girl. Like, well, you're in Atlanta, so you have that luxury. And Emory is excellent because I worked in the healthcare arena for many years. But, yeah, here we have great doctors. I'm in the New England area, so we have some of the best hospitals around in the country. But it's just, it's still hard, and a lot of women just don't want to have you touching them.
Right.
They don't trust you.
But then
they don't know if they're going to wake up.
Right, that too. And it's a point of quality of life, though. It's like, okay, do you want to suffer in silence and then, be stuck in your house for all the days that you bleeding to death? Or do you want to just go ahead and get this done and, go on about your life? The kids and all of that stuff, you could think about it later. You could adopt. You can, hire a surrogate. You can do all kind of things to have children these days. So, and a lot of women who still have their uteruses are still, are hiring surrogates. So at the end of the day, it's just, your decision on how do you want your quality of life to be. So.
Exactly. So true. And that's why I felt like, wow, I spent all these years, all this time. I'm glad I had my son, but, I just said, well, I'm not really going to have any more children. But even so, I don't know if I would have even wanted to continue suffering, the way I was.
Yeah.
The quality of life is important. And, be comfortable with your doctor, get several opinions, and make sure that you explore all of your options. Yes. So I've led a lot of women to my doctor.
Yes. And
she's assisted them. So I think having a really good doctor, surgeon is important, when you're making these decisions. So that's all I had to say, and I just wanted to call and encourage you and let you know I'm praying for you, and it's going to be all right. Thank you for having this important discussion.
And thank you for calling and sharing as well. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. What you talking about? Hey, Juno. Welcome, Juno. I haven't seen you in a while, Juno. Hold on. Caller 7284. You're on the line.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Fine. I don't have anything to add to it. I just wanted to give you well wishes, and I'm here if you need me.
Is this Josh?
It's me.
Joshua? I've been seeing you on these internet streets, and I'm like, dang, he done came out of retirement.
Baby, I'm going back in time.
You said you going back. I'm like, Josh doing interviews and stuff. Josh is on the ball. Josh, okay. You better get that work. Hello? There you go with that raggedy ass phone. Josh. He gone. Look at him. He gone. I'm going to have to hang
Hello?
up. What happened to the phone?
Hell, I don't know. I'm eating.
I can't stand you.
I got grease all over the phone. But I'll go back in the chat.
Wait, what you call for? You ain't going to tell me nothing? We need some tea. You ain't going to tell me nothing?
Just to wish you well. That's all I want to say.
Oh, thank you. You be doing interviews and stuff. I want to hear about these interviews you've been doing.
Oh, I did one with this man named Jay Wilson.
What you talking to him about?
Call in and say about, well, it was a lot of bullshit that's going on between these little damn trannies trying to shut me down and try to call themselves outing me or whatever. And I'm just not gonna stand for the bullying. So I'm just speaking my piece.
I'm with you. You know I'm behind you. I got you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just not. And I had my attorney send a letter today to the trainee, Angelica Ross. So I'm just going to keep on plowing. Nobody's going to take me down. Nobody's going to bully me and make me feel any kind of way.
I'm with you. Nobody going to bully me either, child. Nobody going to bully me. But what I will not do is let them take over my platform, which I know, I have a feeling that is what he's trying to do. You know, he want to be on the blogs.
Mm-hmm.
He want to be talked about. He want no, honey. You ain't using me for that. You going on with that
at all.
Yep.
You get nothing over here.
Okay. Well, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I'm sure
All
I'll
right,
talk to you before.
All right,
then.
love you, bye.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Zills, why don't you call in? I ain't heard from you. All the men calling in today for women's only live 3343. Hello.
Hello, Michelle. How are you doing today?
Oh, wonderful. Hey, Andrea.
Oh, that's good. I'm praying for you. You have a nice recovery, and then you get back on the YouTube streets because I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you.
Because I know you're gonna be out for a minute. And I miss your I miss your content too.
Thank you. I might be strong enough to sit in a chair or something. Who knows how I feel? I'm gonna see how I feel. We'll see.
Well, don't be rushing because we want you to be well, and don't rush back too soon because you gotta get well and take care of yourself.
Thank you.
And that's all I want you to do. And I'm gonna pray for you. And I did see Bizworthy content about Porsha and Dennis.
Yes.
He said it's trouble in Porsha.
You didn't catch the shade,
there.
no, but you didn't catch the shade. He said somebody been lying on Porsha, and he feel like they just gonna be using that for content for her storyline.
Yes, he did say that too. I knew it.
I know my friend. I was like, you ain't catch that shade, honey. You ain't catch that binge-worthy, that nice, nasty shade, binge-worthy.
Yes, he did.
Shout out to binge-worthy.
Yes, he did. Shout out to binge-worthy. I just watched this episode. I caught the live of these this morning because I had a migraine this last night. So I caught your interview. Girl, you did a fantastic job. You told your side. I am so proud of you sticking up for black women. You do your thing, Michelle.
Thank you.
And I am really disappointed of the woman who from Pose that's sticking her nose and inserting herself in everybody's business. Don't you got time to be on get your shine on Pose? Stay on there, honey, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing, okay? So I'm a little disappointed because that's my show. I have to watch now.
It's my show
I'm
too.
disappointed that
it's my show
and
too.
I'm disappointed that she inserted herself in our business and
you know
what I'm not true.
What I'm more disappointed at, like I ain't even mad at her, putting her friend post up. But what I'm more disappointed at is that, she didn't even do her due diligence. Like, how you gonna say that I put somebody's phone number and address online when clearly I didn't. It was vice versa. So why you didn't call that person out instead of trying to call me out like I did something when I didn't? So I didn't like the lies. So
I'm disappointed that she didn't have the woman enough, trendy enough, whatever you want to call it, to contact you directly and ask you. Have a conversation before she starts. Huh?
That's his friend.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow. But still, don't use your platform, your new platform, to come after somebody that you don't know the ins and outs. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Because this is your new platform, man. We didn't know who the hell you was until we started watching posts.
Well,
I'm just saying. Okay?
The one thing is, see, I can make noise and I can like tag Pose and tag Ryan Murphy and tag all these people and talking about bullying. But what I did,
hold on a minute. See, if you was messy and you was ready to shot to somebody, you would do that. But see, you got character and content behind you and who you are, so that's why you're not gonna do that.
So
you
what I did,
her and have a conversation with her.
If you go check my Twitter, basically I said, I'm glad that you put this out because now it can start a conversation about bullying. Bullying does not affect just the LGBT community. In fact, I've been bullied by the LGBT community because of this situation, like of them putting that wrong information out there. And I got all these men in my DMs and tweeting me and calling for people to flag my channel and calling for people to dox me and calling for, my Facebook page, my Twitter page, and my Instagram. Like, it's a lot. That's why I had to take a few days off. And I don't want to derailed this women's only live stream, but that was the reason why I took several days off. So if y'all go check my community feed, I basically said what I had to say. I said what I had to say on the Twitter. My Twitter is twitter.com ATLien. I responded to Angelique Ross or whatever her name is from Pose when she put out that blatant lie about me, and yeah, that's it.
Are you gonna have a lot about Apollo and why he back in jail yet?
Yes, I'll talk about that. We can talk. Well, I was gonna go live on Patreon, but it's getting later. Let's see how long this live run, and yeah, we can talk about Apollo.
Okay. You have a night. I see y'all Patreon.
All right. Thanks, Andrea. Bye. Caller 8837. Hello.
Hey, Michelle, how's it going?
Hi.
You hear me, right?
Yes. Who am I speaking with?
Kris.
Is midnight. Hi.
Hey, so someone from the show Post said something about you?
Yes, and it's in my community feed. She basically said that...
Is it she, like a woman she, or is it like a T.S. Madison?
It's a trans she, but I'm gonna respect her.
Oh, that's why
because I'm just and she's T.S. Madison's friend or whatever. And she basically clipped up a video of Josh and I from last year, and they included a screenshot from my Facebook from last year and a screenshot of a post that I did on the site about the Queen's Court from last year, and said that I used T.S. Madison's dead name, like I was trying to out him as being a man because I showed his picture that he posted of himself as a man. And so they were trying to form this narrative as if I'm like stalking and harassing a trans person because trans have been killed and it's Pride Month and all of that, and they're trying to use me as the poster child for it, but I'm not gonna file for it. So.
Right. And so did you say they said that you put out T.S.'s number?
Yes, and they said that I put out T.S.'s number and his address.
That it was the other way around, but so first he or she spoke out. They didn't even get the facts straight. And then,
and so in posting that on Twitter, it's got all of these people riled up and coming for me. So, that's my only issue is the lies associated with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you can form your own narrative. I don't care. But at least make it true.
Right, and that's a lie because I saw this story. I don't watch them since then, and I know that's not the case. But honestly, you may want to talk to your lawyer and see about that because that's damaging towards you, and that's definitely not what happened.
It is. But right now, I'm just trying to handle it. I got thick skin. You know what I mean? I've been bullied. Bullied. So I'm just trying to handle it and manage it as best as I can because I got other things going on. I got to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to deal with my health. I'm talking about women's issues. Like, I just got other things to deal with. I'm not going to let him take over no space in my mind, my heart, or my platform. So.
You shouldn't, but it's been crazy to me because I see some people say, and I don't even like to watch videos like that. I really don't, if I can tell from the title, the trash, where it's going. But you have people like acting like he's the victim. But if people recall the story properly, what happened was you were blogging on the story like everyone else. You didn't take any digs at him, but he didn't like certain things that were being uncovered, like him stealing and then the trademark.
Exactly.
And then his manager put your number out there. You had a problem with it, and instead of him just being the man enough to apologize about it, he then started attacking your look, saying things about vaginas, and it went from there. It wasn't you. You didn't start that. That was him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we all know that. So, I mean, it's even on the internet, and it even came out of his own mouth that he put my number out there, but he blamed his manager. It came out of his mouth, so I'm just like, I don't get it. So that's why I said if people do their own due diligence, they will be able to find the truth. Like, I even reposted the full video of Josh and I when I put the picture up. So if you gonna if you gonna see the video where I'm talking about this man putting my phone number online, we was looking for him at the time to get him served for a restraining order. Talk about the whole thing. Don't talk about that 10-second clip. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
But I'm not, you know.
Yeah,
Again.
I get it. I wouldn't let them take over my life or space either. But, you know, if they have some sort of platform and they're saying something that's untrue, if it's worth it to you and you get the right legal advice, take that up. Don't let them just do that.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Definitely.
And
Trust
I'm really
me, I'm
glad
handling
you've
it.
been speaking out and standing your ground.
I'm handling it. But
I
you,
can tell
you
it
never
doesn't
tell
bother
nobody
you like
your
that.
chess
speak up
moves.
for yourself.
I ain't gonna never tell nobody what I'm doing. They gonna know though.
Right, and that's true. You don't. And it's great how you speak up because, like, I can tell you're not bothered. You don't like it, so you speak up against it. But it's really T.S. Madison who's got the big issue. I feel like he, all his life, really just wanted to, like, be like a housewife, have some man take care of him, give him some babies. But he knows he had to, like, prostitute and do all that stuff just to survive. Like, that's the best he could do with even getting a man. You know what I mean? So he has, like, some sort of hostility and hate.
That's so
women.
unfortunate. That's so
That's
sad.
really, really where a lot of that's coming from.
That'd make a good Lifetime movie.
It really would. Now, not about T.S. Madison because I don't hear about all that, you know, selling sex and all that. But they could play that out with somebody else.
Right.
But,
well, I thank you for keeping abreast of all the news and stuff. I know it's
no problem. I also wanted to speak on the topic at hand.
Okay.
So, like, the problem you're having right now, you said is what's it called? Fibroids.
Fibroids. Yes, fibroid tumors.
Yeah, I have someone who's close to me, like, going through something similar, and like, she may be getting surgery soon. But from what I understand, it's best, like, if you do like a hysterectomy, to just get the uterus out and leave.
Why is that best? Why is that best?
From what I understand, like, the ovaries, they say scientific studies prove that it, like, your life expectancy goes down like 2 or 3 years by having them out because they help your body produce a lot of hormones. And, you know, that's also going to help, like, your hair growth, your skin, other things. So it's kind of better to keep that, from what I understand, unless...
Oh, it's better to keep. No, but what I'm saying is, why is it best to get a hysterectomy? I thought that's what you said.
Oh, no, it depends what your doctor's saying. Listen, but it's not necessarily best. You have to look at your own, you know, situation. But I'm saying if you do get one, from what I understand, it is best to leave the ovaries unless you already find, like, a tumor or something there. Because from what I understand, like, most cases of ovarian cancer form in the fallopian tube. So if they take that with the uterus and leave the ovaries, usually, like, you're not going to, you know what I mean, like, get cancer.
Okay.
That's not usually how it normally happens.
Yeah.
So you can ask your doctor about that if you wanted to verify. But that's just a little tip. It's something I know that I wanted to call in and say. But, you know, everyone's different, and you have to make the best decision for you. Make sure you see many of doctors because they all, you know, have different things to offer, and you have to be comfortable with your doctor. You have to make sure what they're telling you is kind of lining up.
Okay.
So,
well, thank you so much for your input. I appreciate you. And thank you for supporting me, you know, and look, and seeing the truth for what it is.
always.
All right.
Exactly. It's crazy to me, like.
Well, I mean, my thing is,
night.
what you do in the dark always comes to light. You know, you can't be a snake forever and don't nobody notice. So at the end of the day, like, they've been calling me a snake all these years, and people finally see me from what I am, which, you know, I may be a snake to some people, but really, I don't feel like I'm a snake. But like I said, if you know, you can't wear a mask forever. It's got to come off. So, you know, I just feel like people will see that person for what they are. So.
Exactly, and if they want to see a snake, that's Dineva, who acts like your friend, and then when you want to put him out because he doesn't want to pay you and mess with your bills, he wants to shit and piss all over your house. That's a snake.
We ain't even going, look, we ain't even going there. But thank you so much.
No problem. Have a great time.
All right, you too. Dave, how are these calls getting here? 4276, hello.
Hey, that's me, Michelle?
Yes, that's you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Michelle. Hi.
Hey.
This is Zima.
Hey, Maxima. I ain't heard from you in a minute, child. How you been?
Well, I'm gathering in the news. Gathering in the news.
Yes.
Background.
Yes. Let me hear the.
As
let me
trying
rub.
to run my business. You know what I mean? So, but I want to speak on your topic first before I go sideways to dead end. I want to speak on, you know, some people's in the chat saying, you don't have to have a a whole hysterectomy or a partial hysterectomy. But I want to let the women know that if you do have either, you know, they have some. You go to a local doctor who specializes in bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. I didn't say hormone replacement therapy. I said bioidentical, which is a plant-based therapy for the women. And I have this wonderful formula that works well with the women. I'm telling you, all the women I know who's on this formula. I don't want to give too much what I do, but who's on this formula? They work wonderfully. So I want to let women know it is a solution, and it's bioidentical plant-based hormone therapy. So don't be afraid to have a hysterectomy or a partial hysterectomy. And the people who have a partial hysterectomy, don't forget to do HPV testing. Okay? Because you know the cervical cancer, HPV is a big cause of cervical cancer, that's not your case. But I was reading the chat earlier and commenting on fried chicken and cabbage and something candy yam, something like this. I want to get that message to her. Now, and then I want to talk about Josh. I don't know if Josh is in the chat. Josh, you want to keep, you know, your moves, you know, like Michelle said, behind the scenes, and you want to let people know what you're doing and things like that. With this situation where Angelica lost. Now, I'm surprised that she did this. I had to go to her Twitter. I was trying to find the Twitter. I'm like, is the Twitter? I don't see her face. I see her body on the little profile logo. Profile page picture, but I don't see no face. And then the avatar is like just a green circle. I'm like, is this the person? Who is this person? So I don't know if she recently, you know, remove her picture, because you know a lot of people come to see that post. But I had to scroll down. I did see the post, and you know, with me, I know you got your own moves, and you're not going to. I don't want you to discuss it on this line what you want to do. But you know me, I would quickly hashtag a lot of people. I would quickly cancel a lot of people. Because you know, Pose is a big show on Fox on FS, and right now it's just like what's that guy named Justice Smollett. Yeah, you know, even though he was an actor before in Empire, he was, you know, did a couple of movies that was on Netflix, whatever, but he tried to, you know, he wanted to up his career. And did this whole scam. And look, you know, I don't know if he's going to get a job out there. I heard that he's not returning back to Empire. So I don't know if he's going to have a job later, but this just in a same situation. Why would you put yourself in this situation that happened on YouTube? And like the other guy said, you did not know the beginning of how it started. And I was there at the beginning. I was watching the Queen's Supreme Court, and I saw how it happened. But you know what? He deleted those videos of him talking about your service, your uterus, and all that stuff. But they not going to hashtag and we tweeted that.
I still have some of them.
Yeah, you better keep them, because you know what? Then people understand how to start. You just can't jump in. And Angelica, just because Angelica showed her face in that basement, and she was sitting in the crowd after the season of Pose on the first season of Pose.
She'd been to the chateau?
She was in the plantation. No, we call it plantation now. She was in the plantation house, and she was on, you know, in the Queen Supreme Court. So yeah, she's all for TS medicine. So she has a motive. But how about we gonna come for your job, Michelle? You don't have to do nothing. We're gonna come for her job. We're gonna. I'm gonna have to hashtag Brian Murphy and say this is unacceptable. You do not need this publicity to come to your show. You're trying to win an Emmy or something. You don't need this. They should have killed off on the first season. You ask me. Yeah. They should have got rid of her on the first season. But you know, that's my opinion. That's not your opinion. She's the least known
person on the cast. I mean, we don't, you know.
Well, she's not the only person on the cast, and we could replace her with other people, other transsexuals who willing to come on that show. She did not have a big role in last season, and I don't think she will have one in this season. So to go and do something for a friend as a favor, whatever you did, that was very, you know, not smart at all on her part. And I don't know if she had a publicist or anything like that. It's ridiculous. But we want you to know, and I did give you a shout out on Kylie's show too. I gave you a shout out to Kylie. She seemed like she was sympathetic and she understood the situation because you guys both are victims and being attacked by these people and in the gay community. Not all the gay guys and gay women attacking you, but just the one who followed that. I'm not gonna call that mob out, but you know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, and then I also had to get Ding Dong together. Trying to go off on that. The saddest thing Ding Dong did, no one knew that was him calling until you had to listen to it. I mean, it was so fast, and Kylie was like, huh? So who are you? And Kylie did not know him at all. It was so sad. Ding Dong trying to get, likes and views and clicks and stuff like that. He trying to get free promotion. And nobody fell for that BS. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, Michelle, I support you fully. And then, do you want us to send you some flowers?
No, you don't have to send me no flowers. I'm good.
We'll send you some flowers. We'll go ahead and cash out you some flowers out there in the house, but let them know you are important in that house.
Thank you so much.
They're gonna say you're a celebrity, and you're gonna find some autographs. You're gonna say you're a celebrity. We're gonna send you some flowers and stuff.
I'm keeping all that under wraps. I don't want nobody calling my room on live. Some of them YouTubers be calling hospital rooms and giving room numbers out on their live and stuff. We ain't doing that, child.
Exactly. So, Michelle, I want you to take the time off. Don't worry about, I'm going to talk to the Patreon people. We are a big supporter of Michelle, so if she needs to take the time off, let her take the time off. We'll wait on the Housewives tease, because I do want to know why they saying that Tamar coming back. It just makes me want to put up. Tamar coming to the Atlanta Housewives. I don't like that, but we'll talk about that later after we got the hospital.
Tamar ain't going
to you to have a full. I don't like it. It would be a disaster. They want their show to be canceled. Yeah, put Tamar on it. It'll get canceled anyway. We want you to have a speedy recovery. Remember to drink a lot of fluid.
Yes.
And have plenty of rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then what else? Well, watch out for signs of coughing. If you cough or sputum or anything like that, you watch out for those signs. We don't want to have a pulmonary embolism, anything like that. You got to watch out for a lot of things. From surgery. Surgery has its own complications.
Okay.
Everybody don't get it, but we need to watch out for it. And just go to your auntie house. You know what? Just shut your house down. Just go to your auntie house and just rest and lay back and take Biggie with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Michelle. So I'll catch you later. Good luck on the surgery. Keep us posted. Give us a little clip on Patreon before you walk.
Look, I do like everybody else. I'm gonna go live from my hospital bed, looking pitiful.
Yeah, do it on Patreon. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, you won't get the key. Yeah, do it on Patreon. If they're not subscribed, they won't get the exclusive. That's exclusive. You want to make sure ATLien is okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
I go live exclusively for my Patreon. I sure will. Just to let y'all know I'm okay.
Exactly.
So if y'all not on the Patreon, y'all need to go over there.
Exactly. Like if you do that thing and say you come live in 30 minutes, I can get you that way. But when you come live, sometimes it's 12:20 over here in Miami, and I'm lucky to be up.
So that's why I be trying. That's why I be trying to go on Patreon first and tell y'all when I'm going live. But today I wasn't even sure I was gonna go live because I was literally playing. I've been trying to tweak my little program to make sure my sound is matching up and all that stuff. And so it was taking a while, and it was getting later and later and later. And then I was like, well, let me just go and go. And if my voice ain't matching, it ain't matching. So that's why I didn't have time to go over there and do it and then come back and da. It was just getting later. So anyway, but I'm here.
Okay.
But I appreciate.
Well, I'm gonna go over here and wake my dog up because she seems like she's having a nightmare running her dreams. I don't know what's going on with her. I just hope I have to do CPR.
Oh,
yeah, she's 94 pounds. She's a pit bull mixed with a Labrador.
94 pounds. That's a small child. What are you talking about? 94 pounds.
94 pounds. That's a 94 pounds. I mean, not 94 pounds. 94 pounds. No, that's a big dog.
Yes, it's a huge dog. That's huge.
She's a princess. She has her own room and stuff like that. She has her own room. Yes, ma'am. Okay. But Michelle, you have a wonderful night. I know that I don't read, and let me let the people know, I don't read the chat. So if y'all turn me off the phone, I won't.
No, everybody was saying they love you. They trying to figure out if you a doctor.
Oh, okay.
They want a bestie like you.
Okay, let me just say this right here. Just I'm Mr. Botox. In Miami, Mr. Botox. I got a lot of names now.
You Mr. Botox.
I have a lot
to see you for real.
I told you. Remember, I told you come let's get the table down in Miami. I told you that.
I'll
I gotta
probably
get my
be in
boat
Miami after I go to Essence. I'm gonna be down there in a minute. I don't know when, but it'll probably be right after Essence sometime.
Oh, okay, and I can give you good tips on a lot of, diets and stuff like that. Michelle, you can always, message me on the Patreon and stuff like that, and I can give you personal information. But women, check out the bioidentical hormone therapy replacement. Insurance would not pay for it. It's out of pocket. The most, I would say not patients. The most people who I know pay for is, it's like under $50, and you got to find a good compound pharmacy for that. Okay. So the women who did have a hysterectomy or partial hysterectomy, look into that. Because I ran into one lady, I felt so sorry for her. She was like a waterfall, so she was just sweating all over the place. And I said, ma'am, I have the formula for you. I have the solution. And, she's still sweating because she never called me back.
Okay.
Well, good luck, Michelle.
Well, thank you so much, Maxima. I appreciate you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, it's a lot of y'all. I'm going to take all the calls. Watch, I'm going to take all the calls. Caller 6281, hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This is Rozelle. I just want to thank you for calling in,
Hi,
and
Rozelle.
I want to thank you for clicking me in. I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, and I just want to make a couple statements. I just want to say that I'm going to be praying for you and your procedure, and I just also want to say I'm a gay male in Atlanta, and I'm a masculine gay male, and I'm not with the I don't want to curse, but I'm not with the BS with men, and especially these new version of the new gays taking women's energies. So all the women online, I want you all to begin to look at a couple of things. These are the things that I want y'all to look at. I want y'all to pay attention to, first of all, stop letting these trainees do y'all makeup. Because what they're doing is they're taking their energy and they're putting it on y'all face, and they're putting spells on y'all, making y'all look like them. And this is why on the under, men are going to start, more straight men are going to start messing around with trainees, because the gender roles have switched. We're no longer, women are starting to act more like men, and then now the men are trying to become women. So this is why we're seeing these T.S. Madisons, we're seeing these funky Dinevas, we're seeing all of these men come up, and they're taking women's energy. And what they have to do is realize that they're black first. We're black first. And we got to protect our black women. Men's job, gay or straight, is to protect women, children, and the elderly. And if we're not doing that for our own culture, we're going to be dead as a race. And see, I am so sick or tired of everybody, I'm doing it for the bag. Where is the integrity that our grandparents had back in the day? And see, what is messed up, I understand a lot of us was under Christianity. And so what happens with the black church is we kicked our lesbian and our gay sisters and brothers out. And what happens is our black gays and lesbian people of color, we ran over to white people to get their support, only for them to use us and take our energy. So what black people have to start doing is accepting gay people so we can stop running over to that rainbow ass shit, because that has nothing to do with our culture. You cannot disrespect black women when you come from a black woman. You cannot do that. That is an abomination in itself. If you don't love the black woman, you don't love yourself. These people like T.S. Madison, their diets is fucked up. They eat all kind of shit. If you're doing hormones, how is one side of the world talking about health and being educated or getting their bodies together? On another side, they're shooting themselves up with hormones. Well, if you're going to shoot yourself up with hormones, you're going to have postpartum depression. And another thing, women, stop getting your behinds cut up and all this injection. See, what we got to start doing is studying the 90s. Remember in the 90s when they kept saying, we want to be free, we want to be an individual. And now we free and we don't have no standards, no morals, and no ethics. And what's happening is everybody's talking about, the God in you. Because what they're doing is they're introducing us to the Antichrist spirit. And let me tell y'all what the Antichrist is. Christ means consciousness. All consciousness comes from females, and the consciousness comes from the black woman. Every man needs a black woman. Even gay men need black women. That's why back in the day, all black women had a gay friend. Now they don't have that no more. Now gay men want to argue with black women. When did that energy come in? And see, y'all need to pay attention to the news and get a journal and write this shit down. Because I remember in 2015, when they legalized gay marriage, the next week or the same week, Bruce Jenner came out as the first trainee. Then they gave him that award. It is a ritual. And they are using black men to get an agenda done for white people. And they're going to leave our asses hanging.
Wow.
T.S. Madison is not a transgender. That is a man with a big-ass dick. He needs to stop going around telling people you're a trainee. Get your dick removed, and then we'll respect you for that. Because right now you're a man with a dick because you still fucking. You still fucking on the under. You get what I'm saying? And you're trying to go by as a woman. You're not a woman. Stop doing that shit. You're a man with a fucking dick. And see, you going around talking about you a woman, you're not a motherfucking woman. You a man with a dick. You a nigga. There's nothing feminine about him. It's a him, and we're going to address you as such. See, what happens is back in the day, when them gay people's calling you as a girl, child, what I'm telling y'all is this trainee shit, this transgender shit is mental illness. That's what it is. Being gay is one thing, gender roles is one thing, but that training shit is mental illness, and they're trying to make that acceptable in society. Children need to be children. Kids need to be kids. We cannot be exposing our sons to that. When the men's going to be men? How you going to learn how to change a tire? Who's going to tie your tie? Who's going to protect us when the shit go down? What is going on with society? And so men going to have to really step it up. And I want to say this last thing. I want y'all to pay attention to how they're redoing the 90s. They're redoing the 90s, and they're telling a lot of lies. Let me get on Pose real quick. First of all, Pose in the 90s, there wasn't in the early 80s, if you watch the first season, there wasn't trainees like that. It was just gay men. And the people that was really trainees and shit was white men doing that shit, not black people, okay? So when they want to rewrite the history and put all these trainees on TV because they low-key trying to get our black men or our gay black men to be put on a fucking dress, that's just what Dave Chappelle was talking about. Mm-hmm. So why are we fucking supporting that shit? Mm-hmm. Shekinah's on some bullshit. Her ass was not popping on shit. She got with T.S. Madison because T.S. Madison is fucking Illuminati. Or whatever you want to call it, she working for the powers that be for the bag. Wow. We don't give a fuck about her. She's fake. All them bitches is fake. They need some consciousness. And then they want to use the Bible. Those hoes is full of witchcraft. They're using the Bible as witchcraft. Oh, God and me. When did God start loving trainees and shit like that? White Jesus. When did that shit start happening? I know we love everybody, but people don't even talk about sin no more because they doing anything. And I'm not a Christian. I grew up in church, but I'm just saying all of this stuff is not adding up. And see, Michelle, I'm a spiritual person. You got this stuff going on in your health. You need to do some prayers. Pray Psalms 35 because them bitches is sending some shit at you. They throwing something. All y'all women need to get together and do a prayer and bind up that energy and get y'all black men back. I'm a gay black man, and I'm saying I love y'all women. We need y'all. It is women who teach men, and that's all I want to say. I want y'all to think about that. Pose is all fake. Do not believe that show. That's why they had that man come out in the Oscars in a dress and come out on that shit because it's all promotion. It is all promotion. They're promoting T.S. Madison. They're promoting Funky Dineva and all that shit. That's why they're getting these shows. That other guy Jacob Connor, now he's a fucking woman. I remember when he was a man, a sexy-ass man. Now he's a woman. Why you want to be a woman? And see, what's going to happen is they're going to sacrifice fucking Funky Dineva because really he got some consciousness and he not with the shit like that. But he's doing it for his coke habit. But he gonna fall the fuck off watch. So, Michelle, I support you. Know that God got your back. I've been watching you for a while, and I see how they attacking you. And I'm a gay man telling you, y'all women, don't hate all gay men, because that shit is bullshit, and it is not of God, and it's an agenda to change the United States, because they, quote-unquote, want to make America great by getting rid of the black male. But they got to attack the black woman first. Why? Because she carries both. And that's it. I'm done.
Thank you so much. You said a mouthful. Look. Thank you. Woo! Drop the mic. I don't even know whether to take any more calls after that. I'm just sitting here like, wow. Okay. Look. Thank you, Singing Justice. Whew, that was a lot. We need to know your YouTube channel. We need to, I need to go subscribe. Oh my goodness. Let me breathe. Caller 0639. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a first-time caller. I've watched your show a few times. Haven't been able to catch it like I would like to, but I enjoy the content that I have heard.
Thank you. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Illinois.
Okay.
My name is Parker.
Hey, Parker.
I feel like, you know how the pastor leaves the pulpit and another pastor's supposed to come behind that pastor?
I know, it's kind of hard after that. I didn't even know what to say after that. That's why I'm like, let me just take this call real quick. But yeah, he said a mouthful. I mean, look.
It's fact. It's so fact. My guy always tell me too. He tells me, he was like that. It's like, don't put makeup on like that, because that's all it is. They want you in drag. Everything he said in the beginning is everything that my guy had told me. So it's like he's speaking word, and this is coming from a man who is homosexual, a masculine man. Mm-hmm. And he ain't speaking nothing but truth. Mm-hmm. And we all in the chat like yes. But getting on to what I wanted to discuss, I heard, because I came in kind of late, and I heard that you have to have a procedure done.
Yes, I'm doing the uterine fibroid immobilization, UFE.
Okay, I had my uterus removed back in 2013. Okay. Because I was having a lot of complications, really, really bad, and sometimes I couldn't even wear clothing at times, and then I'm an Eastern Star, so sometimes I couldn't even go to meetings because of uniform. So that's how bad that I would have menstrual. But after having the procedure done, I feel a lot better, because it's a lot of weight on you, and you are drained when you have that problem. But since I've had it done, I feel good. I have not had any problems. And then I heard you mention about intimate problems. No, there's no intimate problems. Mm-hmm. They don't want to remove your ovaries, and I wouldn't have them to, because it'll take you into premenopausal early. Okay. And that's not good for the doctor, because you could sue the doctor. Okay. And I think that's what happened with my mom. I lost my mom a year ago. She had a couple of health issues, but they took her ovaries too young. Back then, they didn't know any different. They would just give you an estrogen pack. Yeah. And she was doing those packs, but they were still not good enough, because she was losing calcium in her bones. Her bones were brittle, and that has a lot to do with the estrogen being taken away from your ovaries. So, keep your ovaries. I would, no matter how old you are. I'm 44. Uh-huh. But as far as, your intimate life, nothing has changed. Yeah. Not with me. And I talk to my mom.
I talk to a lot of people, and they tell me the same thing. Nothing's changed or whatever. I guess for me, I just didn't want that to be my go-to. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, I'll try this procedure first, and if I have to go there next, I will. But because this procedure was available to me as well, I was like, I'll go ahead and try it and see if, and I know other people who've had this procedure as well. So, I was like, and since it wasn't as much downtime, I preferred it, because in my mind, it's like, I'm my business. So if I don't work, I don't eat. So I was like, I gotta, and I know your health is more important. I get it. People been on me about that, but I'm just like,
and you still got.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you still need to. You still have to be careful, because I had mine in October, and I was figuring, okay, because I work out and I eat pretty healthy. So I got up and I had stayed with my parents when I had it because I don't have any children and I'm not married. So I'd stayed with my parents, and then I went back home, and I'm like, okay, it was near Christmas. I started putting up decorations, and I thought I could get it all completed. And it was like, it was a drain. And then I lived in a complex, and I lived upstairs. So going up the stairs was kind of harsh on me. So you still have to take care of yourself. Yeah. And then I heard you're going to the festival, and I'm headed to the festival.
Really?
So
cool. Look,
yes,
I might do a little meet and greet somewhere. I might just tweet it out and be like, meet me at the such and such, and see how many people show up.
Yeah, I will. I'm not a Twitter person, but if you say that, then I'll go ahead. I got a Twitter account, but my Twitter account basically for politics. But if somebody says, hey, I'm gonna do this on Twitter, then yeah, I'll look it up. But yeah, be careful because it's humid, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I go every year.
Too, but
I go every year. I mean, I have not missed a year in the past. Look, since Katrina, it's been that long. It's been that long. I went the year after Katrina.
Look, I need to be asking you questions about it instead of me. I just want you to be careful when you.
No, it's all good. Like every year is different. Every year is something different going on. Like last year was the first year after Will Packer's girls trip, so it was like just filled with like all these women with matching T-shirts on, like girls trip. And so, like, this year is supposed to be the 25th anniversary, so it's a lot of different events and stuff, focused around that. So I just feel like every year is different. I was there when Beyonce was there. I was there when Prince was there. I was there the year Kanye was there. I've been to Essence.
Oh, you missed all of it. You got Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, I was there when Kendrick Lamar was there. I've been to every Essence. So I'm just looking forward to it. I have a good time because all of my friends from all across the country who used to live in Atlanta and don't live in Atlanta no more, we all kind of meet up there. It's like the link up. We all know we going to see each other at Essence. We hook up, we dance, we sing, we eat, and drink. It's just a good time. I don't even be focused on the concert too much, but yeah, but I get passes for that. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like I have to go because they give them to me. But it's great.
Michelle gonna be there too, so I'm sitting there thinking I got because I'm on the Essence. I'm gonna say this and hang up because I know people like this ain't what we talking about, but I got the link that Michelle will be there now.
Michelle
I already
Obama.
had got my ticket, so that was a good.
Okay, y'all on a first name basis because I'm like, me and Michelle. I'm that Michelle. Wait a minute now, which Michelle?
But see, I'm right over it. I'm right outside of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
First Lady. Mm-hmm. First Lady gonna be there Saturday at 6:00.
Okay. Last year Oprah was there. I wonder if she'll be back this year. Like everybody be there. Like even if it's just for one day, everybody be there. Like it's all kind of like screenings, and I'm sure they'll have something for they had a star brunch last year for stars or whatever, and for Power, and it's just all this different stuff just focused around Essence that don't even have nothing to do with Essence. It's just great. I love it.
Well, yeah, if you do, if you feel up to it, yeah, put Twitter, and I will definitely come lurking for you on Twitter so I can see, where you are. And I like to meet people that I channel with face to face. So then I go back in the chat and I'm like, hi, Michelle.
Trust me, I be around. Like Essence, it ain't no ifs, ands, but I ain't worried about my safety because I got my bodyguards lurking, So it's like, trust me, Essence is just a good time. So if anybody gonna roll up on me on Essence, it's just hugs and kisses and drinks. So I don't mind telling where I'm at.
Well, yeah, be careful, be safe. I just the health is what I called in for primarily, but I just been that last caller. It just was a eye opener, and I hope that he puts his name down in the chat so I can catch his name and see if he got a channel.
Yes, he's in the chat. His name is and wait a minute, hold on, I'm about to type it up right now. And Antoine Razel. I just put it in the chat.
Okay. And thank you so much, and take care, and I'll be thinking of you doing your procedure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the well wishes.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Who is on the phone? I'm taking these last two calls. Don't nobody else call in. Caller 9088.
Michelle, you know who this is.
Yes, Sean, just lovely. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How'd you doing?
Michelle, I'm doing good, girl. I just wanted to call in because I needed the information from Noxzema Jackson, our resident MD. But I shouted him out in the chat and asked for the information. So I need to get that compound prescription because I am a person who had my ovaries removed. Because I have the BRCA gene, I can't do hormone replacement therapy because it's not safe for me. So I be over here suffering, girl.
And you can hit Noxzema up on the Patreon too. He be in the community tab. So if you go up under there and you can say something to him in the community tab, and he'll y'all could talk in the community tab.
Oh yeah, that's right. We could communicate. We could communicate right now.
Thank you, Noxzema.
You hear that, Noxzema? Noxzema. Oh, it's a whole lot of light up in that chat too tonight. Yeah, this is Word Matron Miller at your service. And Zills, no, I do not wear fez anymore. I wear a crown nowadays. I only wear my fez when I go to my daughter meeting, honey.
Wait a minute, there you go again, disrupting, talking in the chat. Now, what you talking about now?
No, it's a lot of light in the chat. There's a lot of Eastern stars in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Hey, the stars.
Okay. Eastern stars in the room. Let's see,
Hi, the stars. And my Masonic brothers.
Look, Patreon people, don't be mad at me. I'm not going on Patreon. It's 12:43. Y'all gonna be mad at me?
And I need to be in the bed, sleep. I'm going back to work tomorrow.
I'm supposed to be in the bed,
y'all. I'm suffering with all the female issues.
You are not suffering. You are a survivor. You are not suffering.
Yeah, I'm not suffering. I'm a survivor. But the lymphedema kicked my ass this weekend, but I think I got it under control. I will be going to work on tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
I'm glad you're feeling better.
In
I'm so glad you're feeling better.
Yes.
Thank you, Just Lovely.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
And thank you, Michelle. I will talk to you on tomorrow. Tomorrow.
We'll talk about it. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, don't talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk tomorrow, Michelle.
Okay.
And good night, chat. I'm going to bed. I'm not going to come in there and play with y'all no more.
You being a party poop already?
Yes. Fairness amongst thousands. All together lovely. I love y'all. Good night. Bye, Michelle.
Bye. Noxzema, you're so kind. Look, telling people to like my video. Y'all like this video if you like the content, or dislike it if you don't. I just appreciate you being here. Like it. Y'all be forgetting to like my videos, and I be in my feelings. Caller 8043, you are on the line.
Good evening.
Good
evening. Miss Michelle, I see you serving the natural tea.
Yes,
on tonight.
New York, fake New York. I hear you, girl. What is
Yes,
that?
girl. I just wanted to call in and wish you a very successful surgery, no complications. I'm praying for, and a speedy recovery, so that you can get back on YouTube and gag us.
Yes, I will get back on YouTube and gag y'all, child. I just trying not to give them people my platform.
Right, yeah, I know that's right, honey. Now, if it's not too much, can you vlog from your hospital bed, or?
That's what you want me to do? You want me to blog from my hospital bed? You want me to go
live? No, because we don't need the teaser, and we ain't got time for no downtime.
Well, I don't know I don't know. But if you're a member of my Patreon, you might just get me in the hospital bed. I don't know. I don't know.
Girl, I'm a member, girl. I just be over there incognito because I can't have nobody, know my real teas and, get my payment information and really find out who the queen really is.
Yes, we would never. We don't want to know that. We don't want to blow your cover, honey.
Now, Antoine Rosale, the guy who called in and who was extremely motivational.
Yes, he
was extremely motivational for me, and that is something that I would say if I were a tranny, but I'm not. You know, there were a lot of things that he said that were inaccurate. He was very passionate in his delivery, very, gave a lot of emotion. And I'm just not buying it. You know, I do believe in the power of the Black woman. I do believe that, you're
not going to come in here and tear down our most passionate, our greatest comment. Like, he praised all of us. He praised the women. He said, how are you? You're not going to do that. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to let you do it.
No. What I'm saying is that he was a very good speaker. And I think sometimes we can get caught up in the emotion of things and sort of block out, what's really being said. While there were some things that I agreed with, there was much more that I disagreed with. I don't believe that he was a real man. He was a transsexual because I've seen him.
Where you see him at?
I've seen him.
Where'd you see him at, Fake New York?
I've seen him on the internet.
Antoine, don't take it personal. Antoine, don't take it personal. She's just trolling you, Antoine. Don't take it personal. Please don't.
Well, here's the thing. It's just not, it just was not completely factual. The things that he was saying, and, I don't agree with a lot of what he was saying. And I just think that, I don't know what I think anymore, because I was waiting to get on the phone for like an hour, and now I'm like mentally fatigued.
That's the real issue. You just trying to make up something. Fake New York, where you been? Can you tell us a little bit about your life? Have you had any problems with your uterus? Have you had any fibroids or any extensive bleeding? I mean, if you're gonna stick to the topic, let's just stick to the topic. It's for women only. We was talking about women's issues.
Okay, no, I will tell you this. I have been through a lot of battles in my teenage years, and
how old are you?
I'm stepping
Fake
out
New York?
control mode.
How old are you, Fake New York?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just want to, I went through a lot of things in my teenage years. Mostly, it was all in my head. Not that I was, suffering from mental disease or anything like that. Well, it could have been classified as a mental disease, but I walked around for many, many years thinking that something was wrong with me.
Are you trans?
And I think it all started from, no, I'm a natural-born female.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a uterus.
Okay. Just checking, because the chat want to know. The chat want to know.
Well, it's nothing but trannies in the chat. So they think that I'm one of them, but I'm not. So,
You just got to read everybody. You just got to read everybody.
But, yeah, you know what? It's
New York
can be very
New
dangerous.
York, leave us with something a little bit more positive. Let's just be happy.
No, girl, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that I don't know if I had, a real issue that was going on with me. All I know is that God delivered me from it.
Okay.
I just feel like, the thing that I went through, I feel like I was in a prison in my mind, in my health, and it protected me from so much. I was going through the fire, but God did not allow me to get burnt up. And there was so much healing that took place during that time when I was, trapped in my mind and thinking that I was dying. It was a very, very dark period of my life. But at the same time, there was so much blessing and so much anointing that came out of it, because when you are pressed and when you are, under pressure, God really shows himself. And, the trying of your faith, the testing of your faith is what really gets you through. And then I woke up this morning and saw that my herpes came back. So here I am again. I love you, girl. Good luck on the surgery, everything. I'm wishing you well. And Yeah, I'll hope
night.
to see you back soon.
Good night, New York. Thank you so much for calling. Bye.
I love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
You are currently the only
That was notorious troll, fake New York. Fake New York just goes in on the callers. Trust and believe, Antoine. She didn't mean any harm. I guess I'm gonna call it a night. Like, I just really wanted to come through and talk to the women's out there, but thank you for all these men out there who have been so supportive. I mean, oh my God, I didn't realize there was so many of you out there who stood by us. The way you stand by us, it is wonderful. We had, Noir King and Noxzema and Antoine and, Juno and Zills and Josh. We got everybody, Windmilling. We got everybody. We appreciate all of y'all. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I probably did. And shout out to the super chatters. Country Girl 252 singing Justice, Marilyn McGowan, and Noxzema. Oh, y'all, I appreciate y'all so very much. I will keep my Patreon members abreast of the situation and what's going on and where I will be and all of that jazz. And I'm going to be back on YouTube in, a week or so, maybe. I don't need, less than a week, maybe 5 days. I don't know. I don't know. But y'all, I ain't going nowhere. But I appreciate, us talking about this particular topic. I appreciate the women who called in and shared their experiences as well. We in this together. I'm just saying, I was talking to the women's out there, the women's with the uteruses and without the uteruses, the ones that used to have a uterus and got them taken out, and the ones still with a uterus who dealing with fibroid. I'm talking to you. Okay, I ain't talking to nobody else but you. That being said, all the people who are going to be mad because I'm talking to the women with uteruses and without uteruses, and the women with ovaries, the ones that were born with those things, those the ones I'm talking to. If you get mad, get mad. I don't care. This was for women only. I'm talking to these women. The ones who used to bleed, and now I'm talking to them. Okay? So that being said, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the people who wish me well. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the positive energy. I appreciate y'all staying on live with me for 1 hour and 42 minutes. Yes, throw your aliens up in the room. Hey, Black Mirror, throw your aliens up in the room. Like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also visit straightfromtheA.com. My nails are jacked up, child. StraightfromtheA.com. That's where I live, honey. That's where I live. I'll be out for a few days over there too. But if I can get it together and write, you best believe I'm be writing. That's what I do. I be writing. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys. I'm out.